Yep.
Go watch that generation. We will call the Common Council back to order. I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Here.
Reinke.
Here.
Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Barzak.
Here.
Chaplesky.
Here.
Haas.
Here.
Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
10 present, none excused.
We have a quorum. We will move on to item M, Administration and Finance Committee. Alderman Haas.
Mayor Devine. Drawing your attention to items 22 through 33 of tonight's agenda. All items were approved unanimously or placed on file by all 5 members of the Administration and Finance Committee. I move for approval of the Administration and Finance Committee report.
Second. We have a motion. We have a second by Alderman May. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye. Sorry.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor Devine.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Alderman Barzak.
Mayor Devine.
I'd like to bring your attention to items number 35 through 38 on tonight's agenda. All the resolutions that were approved by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee's report.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Probst. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
Mayor Devine, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the Safety and Development Committee, Alderman Lysick.
I will refer you to items 39 and 40 on your agenda. These are a couple of resolutions relative to TIF District number 7, refinancing or refunding to pay off another TIF, acted upon favorably by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee report on those 2 items.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderman Barzak. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
9 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
I then refer you to items 41 through 44, item 46, which is passed as amended, and item 47 through 50, various resolutions, communications, and an ordinance acted upon favorably by all 5 members of the committee. I move for adoption of the committee report.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderperson Reinke. Is there any discussion?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Chaplesky.
on 46, what was the amendment?
It was as stated by Alderman Probst earlier regarding taking C1 out.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Reinke.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chaplesky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
May.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carries.
That's all, Mayor Devine.
Thank you. Next, and actually lastly this evening, we have the License and Health Committee, Alderman Chaplesky.
I'd like to report on items number 53 through 57. Number 55 as amended. 59 and 60, 64, 65, and 67. These were approved by all 5 members or approved subject to necessary requirements or to place on file, with the exception of number 64, which was to deny. I'd like to move for the adoption of this portion of the committee's report.
Is
Second.
We have a motion with a second by Alderman Lysick. Is there any discussion?
Mayor Devine?
Alderperson Probst.
Alderman Chapletsky, can you talk about what the, in number 55,
The amendment of 55?
what were the amendments?
Oh, they just added the instrumental license.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Mayor, if we reference the item 66, I understand the,
That wasn't called out yet, Alderman.
Done 66,
Yeah.
Stopped at 65.
all right.
Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Then we have item number 62. This is a license, bartender license, voted 4 in favor, 1 opposed. I'd like to move for adoption of this portion of the committee's report.
We have a motion
Second.
with a second by Alderman Lysick. Is there any discussion?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Weigel.
I was the lone dissenting vote on the approval of this application. We get this oftentimes when the applicant is asked to list their run-ins with the law, arrest, ticketed, convicted, et cetera. This applicant put down that they got a speeding ticket last year, when the reality is this applicant also has a arrest and a conviction for marijuana 15 years ago, as well as operating while intoxicated 8 years ago here in our city. And this applicant chose to leave that off their application. That's why I voted no on this.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
No.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Me.
Aye.
9 in favor, 1 opposed.
Motion carries.
Then we have item number 63. This is voted by 3 members for approval, with 2 voting no. For a bartender license again, I'd like to move for the final portion of the committee's report.
Okay, we have a motion
Second.
with a second by Alderman May. Is there any discussion?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Weigel.
again, I was one of the dissenting votes on this applicant. This applicant, on the question about their run-ins with the law, checked the no box, saying never been ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined for any violation, when in reality, this application has disorderly conduct, possession of THC, underage possession, another THC, and substantial battery and 10 bodily harm that was dismissed. There was a use of weapon charge there also. Granted, these, the most recent charge was in 2007, but this, again, this applicant chose to, in this case, check the no box and claim that they had no criminal background.
Thank you, Alderman Weigel. Any other discussion?
Yeah, Mayor Devine.
Alderman Haas.
And I'll give some clarification. I was one in favor of approval to give some clarification as to the reasons why. Although, as identified by Alderman Weigel, he did check the no box in regard to his application. The most recent conviction was 11 years ago, and most of these are relatively minor convictions, primarily possession of THC. There was an issue of him selling alcohol to an underage person. In further discussion, he wasn't actually in a bartender position at that point. That was just essentially a possession of alcohol as an underage person that he was charged for. These matters aren't directly related to to bartending and running a licensed establishment. That's the reason I voted for approval.
Thank you, Alderman Haas. Any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderperson Probst.
Aye.
Ranky.
Aye.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
No.
Barzak.
Aye.
Chapletsky.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Lysick.
Aye.
Me.
Aye.
8 in favor, 2 opposed.
Motion carries. Thank you. We have no advisory committee report by Alderperson Ranky this evening.
No report, Mayor Devine.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we adjourn until our next regularly scheduled meeting, Tuesday, August 2nd at 7 p.m.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Ranky. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.